Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you guys all had a fantastic Christmas and some fantastic holidays. Appreciate you guys all tuning in today. We've actually got one update left here in 2021. On December 30th, our usual Thursday update should be going live in Warzone and then also Vanguard. Like I said, this is the last update of the year, and after this, actually, we should be seeing quite a few large updates because, as we know right now, all the devs are pretty much on holiday, on vacation because of the holidays and because of New Year's. So while we do have an update this week, it's going to be an interesting one. We should see some surprises here and there, I'd imagine. We have obviously some new content updates in the form of modes and playlists and whatnot. We also have some potential fixes that could be coming our way as well, and some other stuff I wanted to bring up in terms of what we could expect for once the devs are back in office and we have our next major update as well. So as we go over everything today, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. Would be seriously appreciated. And of course, if you're new to the channel or if you have not already subscribed, just about 58% of viewers are not already subbed. And each and every day, I'm always covering everything going on in COD, from news to updates to loadouts to tips. It is all right here. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. So first up, when it comes to Warzone, there's a bit of stuff we got to talk about here when it comes to what we know is confirmed to be happening in the final update of the year. Like I said, that'll be happening on December 30th. There's also some other stuff that could be going on. Like I said, we might see some surprise changes here and there. Sort of depends on what the devs have planned for this final week. We also have the whole Festive Fervor event going on in the background as well. That means we have daily gameplay changes happening in the background of everything going on too. So first up, when it comes to the playlist update, I'm sure quite a few players are going to be very happy to see what we've got going on this week. First up, for Vanguard Royale, we're going to see solos, duos, trios, and quads. So you can choose any party size if you want to play with just Vanguard weapons, just the Vanguard operators, and obviously experience things like the planes as a vehicle as well. On top of that, we also have Vanguard Resurgence duos. So Resurgence on Caldera, you'll be able to play that in the cut down versions of that map. We also have just standard Battle Royale quads. So if you want to use Cold War, Modern Warfare, or Vanguard weapons or operators, we'll have just quads available for that this week. We also have standard Plunder trios. Again, that is any Modern Warfare, any Cold War, any Vanguard weapons or operators you want to use. And then, most importantly, when it comes to Rebirth Islands, we've got the return of Rebirth Resurgence Quads. Now, it's been a while since we had quads and Rebirth, and let me tell you, the Rebirth community has not been happy. Every single time I talk about the playlist in a video, it's always, when is quads coming back to Rebirth? This is definitely like the staple for Rebirth Islands, and I'm kind of surprised they don't always have quads as an option. Then they have those other alternative Rebirth playlists where it's Resurgence trios or mini Royale duos, whatever the case may be. Like, we always have Battle Royale quads, and even recently Vanguard Royale quads. I feel like Resurgence quads should also be a standard, always there playlist. But hey, for the time being, it is back, at least until we see our next update on, I believe, January 4th. Now, outside of the playlist update for Warzone, this week is sort of a gamble when it comes to what else could potentially change. As far as the Trello board goes, we haven't seen any updates since we covered that last a few days ago when we went over all the changes that are confirmed on the Trello board and that are being looked into as of right now. If you want to check out all that in full detail, be sure to go ahead and check out that video. But like I said earlier, we do still have the 20 days of Festive Fervor going on, and each and every day this week, we're going to see some new updates here and there, including Fruitcake, which is going to make everybody in the match start with fully loaded. We've also got Under the Mistletoe, which gives you one-hit missile supply choppers. So if you have a supply chopper spawn in, you can one-hit it with any rocket or any missile in the game. We also have It's the Holiday Season. This is a guaranteed jailbreak on the fourth circle of every match. That'll be taking place on the 29th. That's pretty exciting. Definitely be a fun day to mess around with that. We also have Under the Mistletoe returning for the one-hit supply choppers. We've got Endless Cheer, which is basically Mo Gulag, Mo Problems. So long as you win your Gulag, you can keep going back to the Gulag until you lose or until it ends up closing. We also have Eggnogs, which is amped up after every kill. Regifted, which is where a player successfully attacks a player, they get plunder cash, so basically just more cash flow. We also have Guaranteed Jailbreak. It's the holiday season, returning again on the 3rd. And then finally on the 4th, Fruitcake is back with the fully loaded for everyone at the start of the match. So we might not see the biggest update come Thursday in terms of actual gameplay changes and fixes and whatnot, unless of course they go out of their way and have some surprise updates, but we do still have the daily gameplay changes going on in the background. Then there is another series of fixes, or I guess a series of updates we could call them, that have been previewed a little while ago from Raven, but we really haven't seen much updated in terms of it actually being implemented into the games yet. And that has to do with ADS speeds across the board. Back on December 10th, when we saw one of the playlist updates, one of the many updates that Warzone has seen since the Pacific launched, and we got a bunch of weapon tuning with that. They're basically talking about how they reduced bloom for a lot of weapons. As we know, they've also gone ahead and removed bloom in a lot of different cases, but they also said, in addition to the reduction of bloom, we are in the process of assessing weapon ADS speeds across Warzone. Stay tuned for more information. So we have yet to see that more information, but I'd venture to say that once Raven is back in office and they're back working on updates in full again, that is when we're going to see these big updates to ADS speeds, because as it stands right now, I mean, Vanguard snipers are just brutal when it comes to trying to build them to sort of match the CAR or the Swiss or the HDR or the SPR. They just can't compete because their ADS speeds are just so slow. It's pretty brutal. A lot of weapons in the game right now do suffer from a slow ADS because so many attachments have that as a con, reduced ADS speed. So I imagine they're either going to reduce ADS speed across the board for quite a few of the main weapons like SMGs, ARs that aren't specifically Vanguard guns, or ideally they're going to go ahead and buff the ADS speeds for quite a few Vanguard guns because those are what are sort of lagging behind right now, you could say. But just wanted to point that out. While we haven't seen any major changes to this yet, and while we might not see them happen this week because obviously they're not in office, I would expect this to be something that's tackled pretty early on upon their return. I should also mention, on top of the Trello board, which obviously we've gone over multiple times recently when it comes to what they're planning on changing, what they're investigating right now, there's a few other pretty prevalent issues, it seems, going off of the comments and the tweets that I've been getting recently. For one, thermal sights or night vision optics on Vanguard guns. If you use a reticle on those, oftentimes it will not allow you to aim down sights. So if you're experiencing that issue, just don't change your reticles on your thermal or your night vision sights on Vanguard guns because it does break them apparently. I've seen quite a few players, like I said, mention that. Then also, there's a very big issue with scope centering going on right now. I don't know if it's platform specific, like it's just on PlayStation or just on Xbox. You guys will have to let me know down in the comments below if you've experienced it. But basically, your scopes, if you're using a 2.5 times scope or a 3.5 times sniper scope, whatever it may be, the center dot or the reticle, whatever it is you're using there, is off-centered in quite a few cases. Now, personally, I feel like I haven't run into this one all that much, but I've seen Reddit threads, comments, tweets, pretty much everywhere talking about how this is a pretty widespread issue as well. So a couple of things to look out for basically when it comes down to it. You can change one of them with the whole no ability to ADS on thermal scopes. As far as the off-centering goes, I'm not sure of any fix of that as of right now. So that's when we're going to have to wait for them to actually update in game once they're back. Now, jumping over to Vanguard to close things out real quick for this video, we really don't have much in terms of previews here. It seems like only Raven goes out and previews the playlist, whereas Vanguards are much more random and, you know, just can kind of drop on any given day when it comes down to it. But one thing I did want to point out that actually my buddy Prestigious Key sort of reminded me about the other day with a video of his own is that there's a huge weapon balancing, or I shouldn't say huge, there's a decently sized weapon balancing pass that was actually delayed from December 9th, and part of it we've seen go live, but not all of it. So if we go ahead and we look at the Trello board, they have rescheduled weapon balancing, and on this they say to maintain stability, aka not more bugs popping up. Weapon balance changes that were planned for December 9th have been moved to a later date. On the M1 Grand, they're going to reduce the overall recoil, so it's going to be way easier to stay on target. Things like the stipple grip tape also help out greatly with that for what it's worth. On the Type 99, they're going to reduce aim flinch and the ADS time. They also say retain the one-shot kill potential, but I believe those changes were actually implemented with the December 15th update. I want to say the last title update for Vanguard did actually give the snipers a chance to retain their one-shot kill with the lower caliber ammo, so that's already been updated, but some of this, like I said, has not. On the 3 line, they're looking to reduce the ADS time. For sniper attachments, hollow point no longer reduces the range, so that makes that a little bit more beneficial to use if you wanted to. On the top break, using the low cal ammo is going to reduce range instead of damage. Then on shotguns, for the buck and slug ammo upgrade, that's going to have a reduced ADS speed penalty, but also a reduced headshot multiplier. Then on birdshot, that's also going to have a reduced headshot multiplier. So a couple of different shotgun nerfs, a couple of different sniper buffs, then also an M1 Grand nerf that is going to be coming soon. No date listed for this, but it is scheduled, so I'd imagine probably once they're back in office as well around that January 4th time period, we should see some big updates to the overall weapon balance within multiplayer. So yeah, with all that being said, that is effectively everything we know about the final update coming to Warzone here for 2021, and also some of what to expect once the devs are back for Sledgehammer and Raven after the holidays and after the new year. And that's going to wrap things up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know by dropping a like on it. It would be seriously appreciated. And of course, if you're new here or if you have not already subscribed, this is the best place to be for everything going on in COD. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on, as we are getting super close to 800K. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code WhosImmortal for a discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products. And the links for all those can be found down in the description below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.